welcome to Diamond in the Rough Ministries YouTube series. Today we're going to be discussing tone of voice, and I really think this is a serious topic, which I think all of my topics are serious, but you know what I mean. This is a very serious topic because a lot of times our tone of voice can definitely get us in a lot of trouble. You got to realize that it's not what you say, it's how you say it. I could tell you that you butt ugly, but if I say, oh, you're so butt ugly, you'll actually start to think that you're butt ugly. But if I sit here and say, oh, you butt ugly, you're not even going to think about what I said, right? You're going to think that you're immediately going to take my tone of voice and you're going to run with it. So I'm here to let you guys know today that tone of voice is really, really important. Like, for example, in the Bible, Jesus talked in parables, and he didn't only talk in parables just because he wanted to make it difficult for other people to understand. He did it because he was trying to decipher and weed through the people who actually wanted to follow him and the people who just really didn't care. Jesus spoke in parables because he wanted to be able to decipher the people who wanted to follow him and those who just were listening. A lot of times you got people who will hear you but not listen to what you're saying. And I really think that this is a cool example because I was doing my Bible study today and I said, wow, I wonder why Jesus spoke in parables. Like, he could have blatantly just came out and said, follow me, I am the Messiah. Instead, he decided to use riddles and codes and things like that. But it didn't make sense to me back then when I used to read the Bible, but when I deciphered it today, I said, wow, I know why he spoke in parables. He spoke in parables because he wanted only certain people to listen to him and certain people to understand what he was saying. Meaning, you know how you talk in code? Like, sometimes you and your best friend may have codes, right? Y'all could say, oh, and you guys know what you're talking about, but other people may not know what you're talking about. Jesus did the same thing. He wanted to be able to weave out through the bunch and the multitudes of people that he was speaking to see, hey, okay, these are my followers and these people aren't. These people are here just for show and these people really care. If you really examine what Jesus was saying, you'd understand that a lot of things that he was saying, you won't understand on your first try because you're not really seeking to understand. You're just reading to read. But if you really, really, really listen to what he's saying and really seek the word, you'll understand exactly what he's saying. And I said, wow, 3 months ago, I didn't understand anything in the Bible. I read it right now, and it's just like me talking to you, just like this. And Jesus did not talk like this. It doesn't matter what you're saying, but it definitely matters how you're saying it. Because a lot of times we go on job interviews or we go out in public and we just speak any type of way. And that may not necessarily be who we are, but that's how we're represented at that moment because that's how we feel. And you don't want to be misinterpreted by who you are just because of what you say when you open your mouth. Like, people could just been walking in on the wrong time and you could have just been cussing somebody out. But that's not typically who you are, correct? So, you guys, you got to really take keen and be a little bit more decisive when you're deciding to speak to other people, because a lot of times you speak and you're harming people and you have no idea that you're doing it. You have to be a lot cognizant of the way that you speak. Okay, diamonds, so today's lesson is basically to let you know, think before you speak. Like, you never know what you're saying and who's listening, because a lot of times you're being watched and you don't know who you're being watched by. You could be being watched by your children, by your neighbors, people at your school, people on your job, and you don't want to be walking around with a nasty representation that you just go around cussing everybody out, because ain't nobody going to be your friend, ain't nobody going to talk to you, and ain't nobody going to do nothing for you, because I lived a hard life of that. In 25 years, ain't nobody want to be my friend, ain't nobody want to sit at the table with me, ain't nobody want to crack jokes with me, because I had a very nasty attitude, and it can definitely resurface when I wanted to, but I'm a diamond in the rough, so it don't matter. But I'm here to let you guys know I'm not perfect. I'm just basically sitting here I'm learning as I'm speaking to you guys. I'm basically just letting you know that your tone of voice is definitely important. It's not about what you say, it's how you say it. And you got to remember, there are people watching you, and God's watching you, and your angel who God has assigned to you is listening to you, and you don't want him to just step off for a second and you wind up talking crazy, and then somebody been and bopped you upside your head because you talking all out the side of your mouth. All right, diamonds, so that's it for today. I'm so glad that you stopped by. I thank God for you and I praise God for you. But you got to remember, diamonds, that pressure creates diamonds. But you got to remember that you can't just go around saying any and everything that you want to say. It just don't work like that. So I love you. I'll see you next time. And remember, pressure creates diamonds and you're a diamond in the rough. Bye.